The Secretary of State, Mike Pompeo, remains defiant when it comes to subpoenas by congressional Democrats who, of course, would like to speak with him and get some information about his involvement in the Trump-Ukraine call. Now, earlier it was reported that Pompeo said he knew nothing about the call. He was completely in the dark. And then yesterday, news broke indicating that Pompeo was actually listening in on Donald Trump's phone conversation with Vladimir Zelensky, who is, of course, the Ukrainian president.
You know, and I'm going to interrupt to say two things. One is tick, 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 tick. The other is some chance that he was in the dark. He was just listening to oh, look, this is really good, man. Hold on. No, turn the lights off. Turn the lights off. Like, I'm really enjoying this, man. Oh, they talking about Biden again, Biden. Okay. But look, it gives you a sense of what hilarious liars they are. He's like, I have not seen the memo that describes the call. And no, I did not read the whistleblower complaint. Yeah, look, it's partly about you. I would imagine you should read it. But he's like, oh, no, I haven't done any of that. And then like 2 days later, dude, you were on the call. Yeah, well, okay, that's true.
It's incredible. So various House committees that are conducting these investigations as part of the impeachment inquiry have subpoenaed members of the State Department. And Pompeo has responded to that by saying that nope, we're not going to cooperate until we obtain further clarity on these matters. And for his part, Pompeo is arguing, no, haven't done anything wrong. Take a look.
The president's lawyer, Mr. Giuliani, has said that the State Department instructed him to get involved with Ukraine, to reach out to President Zelensky and his aides. Is that correct? And if so, what exactly was he told to do by the State Department?
To the best of my knowledge, from what I've seen so far, each of the actions that were undertaken by State Department officials was entirely appropriate and consistent with the objective that we've had, certainly since this new government has come into office.
Now, yesterday, we shared a story about how senior aides in Biden's campaign are arguing that cable news networks and television stations should no longer book Rudy Giuliani to comment on this whole controversy because he keeps spreading misinformation and conspiracy theories about Biden. Now, I would argue that that's actually a really bad move based on principle and also just based on strategy, because Giuliani is the one who's going on cable news incriminating members of the State Department. If you don't remember that, take a look at this next video.
He has resigned. Do you know why?
I don't know why Kurt resigned. I mean,
he's being deposed this week.
I think there are a lot of people in the State Department who maybe have questions about what he did and why he did it. But I should tell you, he wasn't the only one. He was joined by another ambassador who talked to me, debriefed me, gave me information about what to ask Mr. Yermak.
Who is that?
I did not do this on my own. I did it at the request of the State Department. Why the State Department is running away from it?
Did Secretary of State Pompeo know you were doing these things? Did he ask you to do these things?
He did not. Mr. Volker did, and then Mr. Sondland did. But when I talked to the Secretary last week, he said he was aware of it. He told me that he was aware of it.
Oh, I love this. I love this catfight. And it's right in front of everybody on national TV. Giuliani is throwing the State Department under the bus. So Pompeo is saying like, call, what call? What name so? I never heard of it, right? And Giuliani's going out there and be like, oh yeah, here's the text from the State Department, and it's Volker, and it's this guy, and Pompeo told me last week he knows about it. And so everybody's in the yard, and everybody's got a shiv. And so they're like, and everybody's bleeding out all over the place. It's all over television. And then meanwhile, like Trump and his trolls online are like, nothing to see. What do you mean? The real problem I see is with the Democrats, right? You see what I'm saying? No, nobody sees what you're saying. You guys are lunatics, and it's on display for everyone. And so if you're wondering why are they shivving each other? What's going on here? Because Giuliani is saying to the State Department, you better not throw me under the bus saying that I went to Ukraine without permission and started conducting shadow foreign policy, and I'm the bad guy and I committed illegal acts? Nuh-uh, you told me to do it, and here's the text and etc. He's got more threats coming up later, right? And then meanwhile, Pompeo is in bigger trouble Because it's one thing if this Looney Tune Giuliani is running around Eastern Europe going, hey man, give me documents on Soros and Biden and whatever. And so he goes in like that, right?
That's exactly how he does it.
Okay, anyway, but it's another thing if the State Department is authorizing trips that are not on behalf of the United States government, but on behalf of Donald Trump as a person and as a politician. That could be more problematic and illegal. So that's why Pompeo was like in a cold sweat. I was in a dark room. I don't know what happened. What are you doing, Rudy? What are you doing?
So Pompeo's first strategy, which obviously didn't work, was to lie about what he knew or what his involvement was in the communications between Donald Trump and Vladimir Zelensky. And then once news broke indicating that he was listening in on that call, he decided to change course and essentially tell these various House committees that he will not cooperate with their subpoenas. So I'm curious to see how these committees respond to that, because there has been strong language in regard to refusals to cooperate. They claim that they will hold individuals in contempt of Congress. We'll see if that happens. But I do want to play one more clip. Again, this is a clip that we've shown you in previous shows, but it features Rudy Giuliani, again, incriminating the State Department. This is from September 26. Take a look.
Are you, Rudy, concerned that you're unnecessarily dragging, his name into this?
Who? Whose name?
Volker's name.
Well, yes, but
Volker.
He should step forward and explain what he did. I went to meet Mr. Zelensky's aide at the request of the State Department. 15 memos make that clear.
Tick, 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 tick. Look, when the rats are scurrying around the ship, like, no, you go in first. Oh, get out of here! I'm going to get on the lifeboat first. Well, then you got issues here, and when you're doing it in front of everybody, people can see the panic. I can smell the Republican panic in the morning, and it smells disgusting.
Delicious. I like it.
At the same time,
yeah.
It's like a Roquefort cheese.
So pungent.
It's like, yeah, what is that? But hold on, let me try it. Tick, 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 tick,
Yeah.
tick,
But
tick,
my
tick,
favorite
tick.
line from Pompeo, who wrote a letter to these committees, was the following. He argues that these Democrats are attempting to intimidate, bully, and treat improperly the distinguished professionals of the Department of State.
Oh yes, I'm so glad you read that. That was my favorite line too. So what I loved is the distinguished professionals of the Department of State.
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
no, but Mike, he's talking about you. So he's referring to himself as, please, the Congress trying to intimidate distinguished professionals such as myself, who only listens to calls in the dark. Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR, so those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.